Hi there, I'm Lucy McNeil. I'm a computer science major of Landmark College, and today I'm going to be volunteering for this project.
Hi, I'm Madison Wan. I'm a biology major, and I'm the head lab assistant for this project.
Hello, my name is Dante De La Vega. I'm a biology major too, and I will be assisting with this lab.
I'm Logan Glasheen, life science major, and I'm another lab assistant here.
All right, so we're going to get started. To make a sun print, we're going to start with 1 teaspoon of turmeric. So Dante, if you could do that. And then I will do 3 tablespoons of isopropyl alcohol.
Anthotypes are a kind of proto-photograph discovered by Sir John Herschel in 1839. They work by coating a piece of paper in ultraviolet radiation-sensitive pigment made from crushed plants and then leaving it exposed to sunlight with an object placed on top of it. The sections of the paper without anything covering it will fade, and the covered sections will retain their color. This process has 2 major downsides, those being the time it takes to make an image, and the fact that the covered sections would fade over time due to their exposure to light.
All right, and this solution has turmeric, and turmeric has curcumin, which will be absorbed by sunlight when we make these prints. This here. Just steal a couple hair ties from your local friend and just completely just lay it flat on there, or lay it angled like that.
It's filtering out all the heavy particulates, and the grain of the actual turmeric and the alcohol is extracting the curcumin,
Right.
which is the actual dye that we're looking for.
Oh.
So this is the photosensitive compound. So this is this is the compound that will react and lighten under sunlight. So we're gonna brush this onto a sheet of paper, and then using that we can put stuff on top of it, and the parts that are in contact with sunlight will lighten, while the parts that are not in contact with sunlight will darken, sort of creating
Whatever picture you'd like.
yeah, sort
or
of like a
whatever
negative
figure.
of whatever you put down.
Oh,
And then we'll stop that process, because otherwise, if we don't put in borax and water together, that solution, then it'll just keep on going and then fully bleach the paper. So that's why we put borax solution to just let it stop. Dante, I can hold this, and you can bring out the examples.
This
So,
is our most successful one. We have an X here.
yeah, that was just putting 2 of these glove things like this, and I cut them out right over here.
And then this one was created using marbles.
And that, how was that, Dante? You did that one.
The opaqueness, sorry, no, the translucentness of the actual marbles did kind of make it moot overall. So, not the best idea. For you really want something that's gonna block all the sunlight out in order to get your best opportunity for a good photo.
We're going to use this piece of paper, and this will be our film once we put in the turmeric solution. Dante is going to evenly pour some of the solution onto here. And remember, this is supposed to be under a low light setting, but we're just showing it for the purposes of what it may look like. But keep it under those conditions for 15 minutes to let it dry. And then after that, let's just do a quick demonstration of what this might look like. Lucy, would you like to put on the pattern that you'd most like to put on? That's okay. And then we will put this under great sunlight, preferably on a great day of sunniness. And yeah.
About 10 to 15 minutes to allow the reaction to occur and for the coloring compound to lighten.
Yeah.
So we are back from outside, and while the film is developing, we are going to create a borax solution in order to stop the reaction from happening. All right.
So Dante already filled out this bottle that we're going to use to spray with 2 teaspoons of borax. And I'm going to pour in a half cup of warm water.
Gonna throw that top on, shake it up.
Very nice.
Alright, and that's all you're gonna need to stop the reaction.
And what are we doing now, Dante?
Alright, right now we have our borax and water solution that we created just not too long ago. And now we're gonna shake up the bottle and spray our solution over our sun prints. Gonna want
Oh, sorry.
your paper.
You want to spray all of it, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Want to make sure your paper is fully saturated, but you have to make sure that the longer that you spray, or sorry, more you spray it, the wetter it's gonna get and the longer it's gonna take to dry. All right.
So now we gotta wait for this to dry, and hopefully we'll have our print done with the drying process of our final print. And as you can see, you can see a little distinctnness in the shape. So we definitely got that triangle, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that we have a similar color on the outside and the inside, and got a little. Well, flips it upside down.
Yeah.
You see very similar shapes.
Yeah.
And I believe the experiment was a success.
Yeah. And
Hey
Hey
guys.
guys, thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
watching,
watching.
and
Happy
happy
National
National
Chemistry
Chemistry
Week.
Week.